Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to TFNG-Tech today. We're going to work on replacing the thermal pads on this MSI Ventus X3 or 3, actually can't remember exactly which one it is, but it's an RTX 3080. And I did a stress test at 4K with the fans at 75% and 100%. And at 75%, this GPU hit 81 Celsius and the RAM hit 108. And with the GPU, it hit 69 Celsius and 98 Celsius on the RAM at 100% fan speed. So not that great, very loud, definitely not what we're gonna want for longevity and to just deal with. But I will say I did notice, if you see that shiny spot, let's see if I can get the angle right, where that lettering is, the white lettering, that shiny spot is the oil from the thermal pads, because these are, I guess people call them their oil thermal pads or thermal base ones, I guess. So that's not good either. So let's get it replaced. We're going to look into it, and looks like it will probably be 3mm on the back, and possibly, definitely at least 2mm, but it looks like, just from looking at the angle right here, that it could be 3mm in the front with how this cooler is, but we'll find out pretty soon. So we'll be using Thermal Grizzly today. Shout out to all the great viewers that responded to my Gigabyte thermal pad replacement video. Some great info. I was hoping it wasn't needed to be 3mm, but that's okay. And today we'll be stacking the pads for this one because my order is not in yet of my 3mm. I will do a short update video eventually of that Gigabyte after I replace the pads with 3mm on the back and 2mm on the front. I really do appreciate the positive input and the information. I'm always looking out for, if I have to correct something, I am fine with that. So this is just a Phillips. For this one, it's just a size 1 Phillips from my iFixit kit. And this one is a little tricky. Just like the Gigabyte, you have to take the front cooler off. And the back plate, to get the back plate fully off, you have to take the front cooler off also, which it's kind of a bummer. And I'm just gonna easily ease it out here. And ooh, these things are on there, guys. I swear, it's kind of scary how much pressure these have. Just gonna move that, keep my screws together as best as possible. This one finally comes out perfect, but let's see on this side. But like I said, yeah, 108 Celsius to 75, yeah, that's pretty terrible. Make sure that you keep your screws separated, or hey, keep it in order, so you don't mix them up and or even lose one. That would not be good. But right here, the weird part is this spot right here. This little like a little, I would call it an L bracket, just because it's kind of shaped like an L. But that holds in this bottom part of it, and I'm just gonna take that off. Make sure y'all can see. Try to hold on to it. There you go. That makes it a little easier. And as we can see, well, I can't really see, but right here's a screw. It looks like it's gonna have a couple of screws in here holding down this plate, just like the Gigabyte did. And this should almost slide out. Yep. But let's see if we can get this front cooler off. I'm gonna turn it this way because that's where the fan connectors are, right here. There should be one more. There we go. And you really could just do this. Doesn't put any strain, as you can see on these wires, so it's a little easier. But yep, there's a screw here. Here for this little bracket. And then there's one right here, screw. All Phillips still, no big deal. And yeah, they put a lot of thermal paste on this thing. That's all right, we're gonna get that all fixed up. And as you can tell, this screw is the only different one. This is a, let's see, right there, a really long one, goes right here, just so you remember. And these two, then the rest are pretty much shorties, or short compared to that long screw. And then that particular one right there, as you can see, let's just do this. Very short screw, so make sure you remember that. That guy right there is that short screw. I'm gonna try to remember myself. So now, should be able to take apart that. Just gonna move that right there. And then take the little shield off, input-output shield. And then now, I do know that these do come with thermal pads, but I guess they're just not that great of ones. Yep, right there, as you can see, that's just some gray oil ones. And these are not, I guess they're kind of squishy, I'm not sure. But I'm going to, let's see, where can I move you right now to do these? So I can cut to fit. There we go. Boom. Alright, and yeah, these are definitely 3mm. Alright, time to get the 1.5s out. And like I said, we'll be stacking. It was in the comments that it was okay to stack the thermal pads for it, and I agree. I was just trying not to. And I've actually got some Gelid Solution Extreme pads coming in. I was able to find a good price for some 3mm ones. And remember, just cut to match. And you know, you can do it any way you want to. I'm just going to switch to a flathead for this. Yep. Make a little indentation, and then same thing here with this. Yep, there we go. And then I'll have to make 2 pieces of each of those. And it looks like these are the same size. But I'll do my best to keep it as straight as possible. And we'll see how I did with this first cut. Yep, looks like that's good. And then I just got to make technically 4 more because these are identical. Always fun. Yep, hit the stand. That's what I need to do right now. But it seems like on these back plates, everything is 3mm, so that makes it a little easier. The only one that I know is not 3mm is the FE, the Founders Edition. Though that is, you can do 1.5. I've seen people do 1.5 and 2 millimeter and 2 millimeter. So either one. I mean, I'm going to do 2 millimeter on the one I'm going to do soon. But yeah, it's not a big deal. So yep. And for this, I'm gonna pull these fan plugs out actually, because you know what? I do want to be able to have this over here. And don't want my, just remember, have paper towels or something, because you get thermal paste on this, and yeah, you're not going to like yourself if you get thermal paste on your mouse pad. And I'm just wiping this oil off. It's all over the place. I don't know if you can see it. It's even on the back, the little shiny spots. Picking it up, so. But yep, there we go. Just make sure you, when you stack, just like I've done in the past, it didn't hurt anything really. It didn't make any substantial difference, from me I'm making it a 3 millimeter, and this let's see. All I know is I squish them a little bit just to make sure it has a good seal on it. And this thing is just it's a little bit of a pain, but like anything else, take your time. And then I'm just going to make sure, here are the chips right here. And all you gotta do, like before, flip it over. And yep. And just do a light push to make sure. Try to keep it all nice and clean here. Okay, so it's on this side right here, the last two, and let's just see. You can. I'll just use the front as the reference, be easier. And I don't know why, and maybe someone can explain why on the back, well, in the front, sorry, kind of screwed that up. I used it more here, but it's not even being used. So I mean, I'm gonna do the same thing here, actually, just to keep it the same. And yep, that's still the right size. Just need to do that. Just to try to keep it. And obviously they did that on the back also right here. That's that one. And of course I got thermal paste on my freaking game pad. That's alright. I didn't realize it was on my finger. It's no big deal. And I'm just going to cut the rest. And that's really all you need to do, guys. Match up what it has originally. The Gigabyte was a little different. It was a little more thorough in that one to explaining things, just because it doesn't have thermal pads at all. And yep, this bottom one right here. But in a few minutes I'll be done with this, and when you see me next, I'll have the computer up and we'll be doing the stress test. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in just a moment. Alright guys, got the stress test running with the thermal pads. Now remember, I stacked two 1.5 millimeters on the back to make equal 3 millimeter pads, and then on the front I did 2 millimeter on the RAM, and then I used the Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut thermal paste on this, and look at those temps. This right here is at roughly 75% fan speed. We're almost done with the stress test, and 88 from 108, 20 Celsius. And then, if you remember, the GPU is at 81 and it's sitting at 68 Celsius. That's huge. Now in a minute, you'll see me switch over, and this will be on the 100% fan test for this MSI RTX 38. Be right back. And we're back. So look at the temps now at 100% fan, where in the beginning, without the ThermalPad replacements or thermal paste, the GPU hit a high of 69 Celsius. The RAM did 98. I did not think with a card with already having thermal pads on the back plate, at the back of it technically, would do so well with the change of just changing these pads. I mean, it's roughly around 20 Celsius. I'm pretty sure anybody would be happy with this. And I have this on the camera on a controller. As you can see, I'm just doing base settings, 100% fab with MSI Afterburner. And go back. So let's recap. You saw how I took it apart, and all you need to do is reverse the way you took it apart and put it back together. Make sure you're using 2mm pads in the front for the RAM, and then 3mm pads on the back of the card, or stack 1.2, 1.5mm. Again, I use Thermal Grizzly minus pad 8s, and for the thermal paste I use Cryonaut. If y'all have any questions, just put them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer as quickly as possible. I do work a full-time job, and I am a father, so, you know, I am a little busy, but I'm always here to help. Just make sure when you're screwing everything back together, you know, putting screws in, do not over-tighten these. I will not take any responsibility if you damage your card because you over-tighten your screws and then break your PCB board, I guess, or, you know, the board, and cause damage to your card. This is all on you. You're taking the risk, and I'm trying my best to help out. I hope this way of showing the video, I was trying to shorten the video, not make it 30 or 40 minutes. You know, still working on video editing and such, so please bear with me, and I appreciate all the support. And please subscribe and give us a thumbs up because it really does help. And I have 2 more cards to do, and that's the PNY XLR8 3080 and the Founders Edition 3080 to see if we can get those temps down also. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great night and stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.